Greetings, geeks and geekeros. It is me, I am back. And welcome to the second episode of FBI. Yes, I'm doing the second episode. I don't know if I'm going to be doing the series as a whole. That basically is determined by you and how many of you stay on for the second episode and watch it. Alright, so let's jump into episode 2, where things get a little dicey. Because now we're talking about terrorism. You know, that fun-loving topic. But anyway, we're starting at the beginning. If you don't want spoilers, go watch the episode, then come back, tell me what you think in the comments down below. I actually really did like this, and I think they did improve. Minus one little nitpick, which is at the beginning, which I'll get to. But anyway, let's start it. We start off with a bunch of people who die. Well, we see them pass out, but we find out that they're dead. And it's people in a square, in like a park area, but it's not everyone, so they know it's some kind of terrorism, domestic or foreign, and they know that it's probably a biological weapon, but not one that was gaseous or contagious. So they find out that common thing between all people is that they ate at the same deli, and then we later find out that there is this teen girl who spritzed it with this, I believe they called it TTG. That's the initials. And TTG, the way that it works is that it's not contagious, but it's highly deadly. And things get interesting when while looking for the teen girl and trying to find who she is, because the camera is obscure. And here's where we get to my one nitpick. They zoom in on the deli's camera and get the reflection off the security mirror. A bowed out mirror that was like a room length away from the camera. They zoom in and it's crystal clear. They even have to make their tech guy say a line about how they've got sophisticated technology and how it's amazing. Which they do also technology in wild ways, later on, but honestly, it's a small nitpick. But unlike the other shows, they actually kind of have a way to explain it. They're the FBI. They probably get massive funding for this type of stuff and probably get experimental technology that the rest of us don't get, civilians. But anyway, so they find out that, well, first they think that this girl's just part of this anarchist group. It's a rock band with anarchist, culty tendencies, which honestly I would have liked to see that explored more. But instead, we gotta go deeper and we gotta go heavier. We gotta go America's least favorite 4 letters. ISIS. Because we find out that it was ISIS. we find out this girl was on this website, Black Jihad, I believe that's what they called it, or Dark Jihad. And it's this website where they use it to recruit teenagers. We later find out that they nicknamed it the Academy. And they recruit teenage girls. And the interesting thing that led them to investigating all this was because while they were trying to look for the girl, she died of TTG. So they were like, how is that possible? And their medical person was like, I know how. This bottle was rigged so that on the 5th click, a pin would prick out from the back, infecting the person who spritzed it. So it's like they were sending her on a suicide mission without her knowing. Cut off loose ends. So, happy stuff. But anyway, so they then, after all this is done, they're led to a website where they're kind of a little blocked. They know that this website is where they would talk to people. And they also know that she got in contact with someone through what looked to be Facebook, through some Islamic imagery, which it was nice to find out that the partner is Muslim. Agent OA. And this was his episode, and part of his motivation was how they were twisting the words of Allah, which I don't want to get too political or anything, but just a fun fact for you out there. Uneducated Americans, which was me until recently. Allah Akbar just means God is love. So this now kind of makes me even more hate how that got memed. But anyway, back to the story. God, my ear itches. Anyway, back to the story. They find her friend. They talk to her friend and find out that her friend was also kind of sort of initiated. And what they would do is use a Google search hot ISIS guy, and they'd use his picture to kind of catfish these girls into joining. Insecure girls who were bullied, which include the dead girl and her friend. And her friend was roped into thinking that she was going to go to the Middle East and live there with this dude, roping her in, catfishing her. And so, unfortunately, they try to use her profile to get him, but he's like, I know what you look like. I will find you. So they have to use her as bait and have her go in with a wire. Which, my thing is, if this show is going to ISIS, terrorism, teen death, and teens having to go undercover in their second episode, how the hell are they going to top that? I can't wait to see. I'm actually now getting excited now that I've seen the second episode. It's still episodic police procedural, but It's still an episodic police procedural. But I'm excited to see where they go from here. But back to the story. So they use her, they find it, and then they end up capturing the go-to girl, and then using her to backdoor some high-tech technology to figure out who the 3 other girls are that are doing this. And 2 of them are in school, but of course one of them got away. And she poisoned food, but they got people there, so hopefully no more deaths. And she wasn't poisoned, so he had more plans for her. He was going to meet up with her, so they used that to go and find him. And Agent OA ends up shooting the dude, because we find out that when he was working undercover, it wasn't like a normal show where it's like, oh, the new bad boy came in and he was undercover, but he was undercover with like drugs or gangs, and so he's still got friends there, or he's still addicted. No, it was straight up, he was undercover in a terrorist ring. Ugh. And so he had a run-in with this dude before. Doing that and him twisting the words of Allah. He shot him dead. He tried to get him in prison, but he shot him dead. And that was the episode. They ended with a thing of Missy Pettigrew, which I think I forgot to mention in the first episode. She lost her husband, so she's a little vulnerable. And we see her emailing somebody. I bet if you go back and you pause it, you can read it, but I was watching live, so I didn't get a chance to. But, also of note here, typical, pilot fashion, they reworked a cast member. The blonde boss, who was a little bitchy, apparently transferred out between episodes, and we got a new person. Played by Cella Ward, who you guys might recognize if you're a fan of House, where she plays ex-wife. Once and Again, where she won a couple daytime, she won a Golden Globe for, and a couple daytime Emmys. But she's also been in several movies. Day After Tomorrow, The Fugitive. I'm at her IMDb, so I know it right now. The Stepfather remake, starring Terry Quinn of Lost fame, by the way, and Gone Girl, believe it or not. Oh, and for movie fans that saw it, in the latest Independence Day, she was Madam President. So, pretty good career, and I like her. She tends to go to procedurals when she goes to TV, but I like her. And I think she did a good job in it. And I'm gonna continue to watch this show. I liked it. Depending on how you guys like this episode, depends on whether or not I continue or not. But I will be doing a season end wrap up either way. If I do it weekly, I'll talk about it in the finale review, and if I don't, I'll talk about the whole season when it ends. But anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. If I don't see you next time, I will see you in Throwback Thursday, which I swear I'll get onto this week. Anyway, I'll find something. I'll do Power Rangers if I have to. But anyway, thanks for watching. Till next time, and beyond.